Well, some developers are turning into greedy pieces of shit. Let's talk about this.
Mistakes were definitely made.
Slim!
Y'all know what day it is? It's bath day.
Hey everybody, what is going on? Brandon here. This time doing a video covering GeForce Now. Now this is actually a different video than I even wanted to do. I wanted to do a full-blown review of the service, and I was really excited about doing that. And then a lot of information came out over the last few weeks or last month or so, and I decided, you know what, it's time for somebody to call out a lot of these developers, and that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video. For those of you unaware of what GeForce Now is, it is essentially a gaming PC in the cloud that allows you to play some of your games from Steam, Epic Games Store, even the Ubisoft launchers on there, and a couple other places, Minecraft Java editions on there, and it's honestly the best subscription service I've ever been subscribed to. And no, they're not paying me, no, I don't work for them, I'm just absolutely blown away by this service. And unfortunately, it is a major competitor against Stadia, and that is actually causing some issues. The biggest one being developers are pulling some really shitty tactics when it comes to the service. Because over the last month, I've watched at least 4 studios pull their games from the service in lieu of going to Stadia for exclusivity. And this is a huge problem, and I'm going to explain to you why you should be worried about this. For one, GeForce Now is not a marketplace. All GeForce Now is essentially is a cloud gaming PC. It allows you to access your Steam and download games that you've already purchased, that you already own, or if you don't own them, you can buy them through Steam and play them. There's also some support for a couple EGS games that are on there. I got For Honor through the Ubisoft launcher on there. There's a couple other things. Minecraft's on there through Java Edition. There's other things on there, but you still have to purchase the games through their respective launcher and platforms. GeForce Now itself isn't a marketplace. You can't buy anything through GeForce Now. Nvidia does not get any percentage of profits if you use their service to play any of these games. The only money that they get is the money you pay to rent their cloud gaming servers. Which for $5 a month to rent a cloud gaming PC that works on internet as slow and as bad as mine is great. It's fantastic. I've tested Stadia. It did not work very well on my internet at all. There was a lot of latency. There was a lot of video artifacting, and I hated it. Not only that, but if you go through Stadia, you now have to buy your games again. You don't get to just play them because you own them on Steam, and that is a problem. Because now what these developers are doing is they're going to Stadia for exclusivity and telling you, well, if you want to play your game, even if you already own it on Steam, you already own it on EGS, you already own it on the Ubisoft launcher, or own it on any other platform, you're still going to have to buy it again to play it on the service of Stadia. Which, why would anybody want to do that? If you already own the game, why would you then want to go and buy it again? And I'll tell you why the developers are doing this. It's greed. They don't care if you already own the game. They want you to buy it again to use through Stadia. And this is a really crappy move. Now, I get Stadia is buying out exclusivity. They're offering these developers and these studios a good chunk of money, I'm sure, to have their games exclusive on the service. But this is definitely the most anti-consumer move I've seen done in a long time. And before anybody goes at me, well, Brandon, you support the Epic Game Launcher. The Epic Game Launcher is free. It doesn't cost me anything to download the Epic Game Launcher. I don't have to buy my games again if I already own them on Steam because I can still play them on the same PC. This is completely different. People are already subscribing to GeForce Now. They're liking the service. A lot of people that have tried it love the service. I've got friends that I've had subscribe to the service that don't even have gaming PCs just so they could open up their Steam and buy some of these games. And now developers are pulling games from the service. And it's not for any other reason other than greed, because Nvidia is not making any money off your purchases of those games. The only money they're making is from your subscription. That's it. You're paying to rent a PC. It's essentially like you're going to the store and buying a computer, getting it home, hooking it up to play your games, and then in a month, some developer saying, well, you know what, this brand computer that you bought from Walmart, we don't want our games being supported on those PCs anymore. And then all of a sudden, you can't play your games anymore. That's how this is. This isn't like Xbox versus PlayStation where they're getting money from you purchasing anything from their marketplace. The only money they're getting is for you renting their service. And all these developers pulling out, seriously, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, f*** you. And I know even though I censored it, that little F-bomb will probably get this video demonetized, but I just don't care anymore. I'm getting fed up with every week logging in and seeing another developer's pulled their game from GeForce Now in lieu of going to Stadia, where they expect me to subscribe to a subpar service that barely functions, if it functions at all. It's not enjoyable. And then they expect me to buy my games again that I already own when the games were already there. To me, it blows my mind that developers would do this, because GeForce Now lets you log into your accounts that you already own. You already have the license for these games. So it's not a licensing issue. Anybody that tells you, or any of these other YouTubers that are coming out, well, it's a licensing issue. It's a licensing issue because they don't have the license to sell you that game. You're right, they don't. They also aren't selling you the game. They're letting you log into your Steam account. You have the license for these games. I don't know if any of you know that, but if you buy a game on Steam and you're on your Steam account, you have the license to play that game. It doesn't matter if you're on a rented computer, a cloud computer, an internet cafe. If you're on your account, you have the license to play these games. So for these developers to pull their games from being compatible with GeForce Now is just ridiculous. It's absolutely mind-blowing the amount of greed that is going into this. And I know a lot of people are probably watching this going, man, he is heated. He is pretty pissed about this. And you're right, I am. This is a lot of bullshit. I'm not very happy with it. I don't understand the amount of greed that's going into this. It's very anti-consumer, and I just don't understand what a lot of these developers are thinking. If anything, I would be pushing this service. I'd be saying, hey, you guys don't have a gaming PC? Don't worry. Try out GeForce Now. It's free for the first 90 days, and it's only $5 a month after that, and it's a gaming PC in the cloud. It is literally better than most low-end and mid-tier PCs. The quality is pretty damn good. I've been able to run 1080p, 60-plus frames per second, and it runs great, and that's on slow internet. My internet usually only runs around 30 megabits per second. It's very slow. It is not very good because I live in the middle of nowhere, and this service runs. Stadia doesn't really run very well at all. So the fact that they're not pushing this service, and rather than helping push this service and push PC gaming further, they're holding it back. They're holding it back in lieu of probably a little bit of money from Google for Stadia. That's it. And it pisses me off. So yeah, I'm mad. I'm not very supportive of this whatsoever. I hope more gamers give a little bit more pushback and studios start listening, because a lot of studios have rubbed me the wrong way going this direction, and I will continue to support GeForce Now before I will those studios. And I'm looking at you, Blizzard. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Have you guys tried GeForce Now? Are you interested in it? Have you tried Stadia? I want to know your guys' thoughts on anything pertaining to cloud gaming, honestly. If you've not tried GeForce Now and you are interested, I would recommend going and checking it out. They do have a free 1-hour trial, so you can actually test it out and see how you like it. Not all games are supported via the cloud, but there are several games. I played the hell out of Tim with my free hour trial. I think it was Tim that I did that, and then Atlas is what I tested out. And they both ran really well, so I really enjoyed it, and I subscribed to it, and the paid subscription, totally worth it. I've been able to play Ark, Atlas, Tim, Destiny 2, what else have I been playing? For Honor, all from my cell phone on my couch, or McDonald's. I've played on McDonald's free Wi-Fi. I've played in Walmart with free Wi-Fi while I was waiting on my wife. When my wife got surgery last week, I was actually in the hospital with her for 2 days. I stayed in the hospital, and they had really slow internet, but I was actually able to still use the service and play my games right from my cell phone. Even if you don't have a Bluetooth controller, there is literally on-screen controls. You can use it as a controller. It's great. So I highly recommend it, and if you are feeling the same way I am about the way these developers are going, push back a little bit. Let's try to show these developers that you cannot just strong-arm us into subscribing to another service and buying your games again. It ain't gonna happen. If I already own your game on another service, I'm not buying it again. But guys, I want to know your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. But that's all the time I got for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video and you want to see more, please do me a favor and hit that red subscribe button. If you want to know anytime Nathan or I upload videos, please do us a favor and ding that bell icon. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please do us a favor and mash that thumbs up button. Unless, of course, you're one of the easily offended snowflakes and you've already mashed that dislike button. I know you did. Anyway, check out some of our stuff over on the left. Check out some of our links down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.